Hi, this is Nicole with Stripper Education. So, starting off, I've already did my introduction in the first video, so I'll go ahead and save you all that time and just go right into it. Have you ever, by any chance, walked into a club and you were so excited, you know you're just on point with your appearance, and you see a customer, you work him, and yet he's wasted nothing but your time? And then later, not too much later or way later down the road, that same customer for that night ends up going to another girl, or another girl goes to him and she gets him for the rest of the night, or this big huge lump sum of money, and you're just like, oh my God, you're almost offended. You start insulting the woman. You probably say, oh my God, I'm so much prettier than her. How did she get him? Or he lied to me. He said he didn't have any money. Well, the fact is, you're in a strip club. There is no such thing as an honest man in there. Think about it. An honest man wouldn't even dare walk into a strip club. So every single man that walks in there, I don't care how nice they are, the nicer they are, the bigger the liar they are. You need to understand that and accept it. I know women that say, oh, I've had this customer for years and all he's done is paid her $20, for the night. Are you kidding? That woman should actually not be allowed back in. That's such an insult. I don't care how gorgeous you are. You are insulting the industry. At the end of the day, this is a sales game. So with that said, you have a customer and you're wondering why on earth you can't get him in the Cabana. Well, and you say to yourself, I'm the most gorgeous woman. Why is he saying no? 50% is all about looks, which if you have it down pat, great. Guess what? You only have 50% or 100% of 50%. So therefore, you have the 50% remaining, which is conversation. You have to be able to hold a very wonderful conversation, and every guy is different in what he wants to talk about and how he wants to be talked to. So you have to know your customer instantly. You almost have to psychoanalyze them within a moment and know exactly what they want. You have to lead and direct. You have to be able to get that and smooth the customer into wanting to go into the cabanas, the booth, the private room, and so on and so forth. You have to pre-qualify him and know what he's willing to spend without even asking the question. So, with that said, how on earth did you ever expect when you only have an F for your grade of being a stripper? You only got looks down. Honey, that's, as said, only half of it. So you need to work on your conversation, is what it is. Now, if you're someone who is like, well, I got the conversation down, it's looks, well, honey, I don't know how to tell you, then you really probably need to work on something. It is a vain industry, and it is a very judgmental, and it sucks, and it shouldn't be. But if you at least have looks down 50% and you have conversations down 100, you're looking at 75% odds. So you're still in the good. You're about average, or what should be average. Now, if you have looks down, it's just straight up conversation. That's the beauty of it. So if you have looks down and you're very confident, it doesn't matter what size you are, as long as you have a nice figure. And even if you feel like you're too petite, I've actually had girls complain about that. You just need to know what type of customer to go to. And at this end of the video, I'll give do's and don'ts of, basically of what you should and should not do with going into a club and getting money fast from a customer. So, for example, conversation. If you have a customer and he's telling you, oh, I'm good. They pretty much all say that, or I'm just waiting for somebody. I don't give two you-know-whats. You don't even ask. Never, ever. In fact, eliminate asking questions, period, unless they're rhetorical ones. Or there are other questions, and I'll get to that later. But never ask, oh, can I sit down? Oh, can I have a drink? Oh, do you want to go to the Cabana? If you ask any of those questions, you kill the sale. I don't care how gorgeous you are. I don't care how great conversationalist you are. You don't ask those questions. You're looking to fail. Those are killers. Those are phrase killers beyond a belief. The men that walk in there, are usually bosses of some sort, high, low. Some think they're bosses, but they come in there because they have issues. Every single one of them. I don't care how sweet they are. I don't care if they never show it to you. They all have it. I can guarantee you. Like, it's 100% accurate. Like, you didn't wake up one day, the likelihood of you saying, I'm going to be a stripper. No, you got into it because it was one of your only options, and you just so happened to get into the industry, as we all do. Now, some do choose. It's a rare occasion, and every woman's story is different. So I can't even begin to push forward that I know everyone's situation, but I can tell you how to make money, regardless of who you are, your background, your experience, regardless. So when you have a customer and you see him and you want to get him because you know there's going to be other hyenas, that's what we call them, or cheetahs kind of jumping in, you need to be that cat-like woman and you need to get in. And you're thinking, well, how do I do it without sitting down? You just touch him, say, I just had to do that. And he'd be like, oh, whoa. And if his wallet's there, say something funny. Say, oh, don't worry, I'll rob you later. You'll love it. I promise you. You know, and if you don't touch his butt and he doesn't react, say, oh my God, you didn't feel that? Maybe I like to play with your nipples. Maybe you'll like that. So you have to be sexual in your conversation without saying you're going to do anything. Don't promise the customer anything. Put you in a legal situation, if not the club. And let me tell you, the club isn't going to take that responsibility and you can be banned. And I would hate for that to happen because it usually becomes a blacklisted community for yourself. And I would not want that for you. So never promise you're going to do any sexual act. Even if you're like, oh, I'm just saying it, I wouldn't really do it. Don't do it. Like, just don't do it, okay? What you do is you talk to them like you're flirting with the guy. And if you're like, oh my God, he's so grotesque though, I can't do it. Think of something you really like about the customer. Truly. Think of something like, oh, you like his nose, or you like he's wearing glasses, or the glasses make him look better, thank God. You know, he might be a 2, but with the glasses, he's a 3 out of 12. So just think of it like that. Like, oh, I love your glasses. You know, like when I have a customer that I can't stand and I see him like wearing something like, you know, like maybe you don't like his shirt, but it's like he's bold for wearing that. Say, oh my God, I love how bold you are. That's what I would do. That's how I always get out of it. And it seems genuine because it is genuine. I love that he's bold. Maybe not the shirt, I don't like it, but you don't tell him that. He's there for a fantasy. He knows that you're going to rob him blind. He just wants to be convinced of it. That's all that matters. So with that said, you see a customer. You never ask. You sit down with the customer and you say, oh my God, you know, you just walked in. I love it because I just got here. Someone to keep my ass warm. Someone to keep my butt warm. And you'll be like, well, I'm just sitting down. Like, me too. Well, you think I'm asking for a dance? So I look like I'm just going to go and dance with a stranger? It's like, well, isn't that your job? If they send something like that, then you just say in return of, oh, well, I prefer customers like you rather than customers like that. And if they say, oh, well, that guy looks good looking. I said, yeah, he looks like a douche. Oh my God, no. Gross. You know, always speak down on a customer that when you're sitting with one. And that way it makes them feel, oh, it's genuine, you're sitting with them. And if you sit in his lap and he's like, oh, you're keeping, you say, yeah, of course. Oh my God, what drinks are we doing right now? I am so ready to party hardy, you know? And he'll just be like, oh, so you see how you didn't ask and you didn't demand him to get you a drink. You let him direct it. The whole goal is to lead and to direct. So with that said, if you want more information, feel free to download my document. It's helped a lot of women. That's why I'm starting to do these videos. And I look forward to seeing the next one. So thank you. Bye.